Always a pleasure having Caleb in the kitchen. You make up such tasty treats, and I heard this one was all the rave at Best of the Best.
It was, and so many people asked me how we made it. I thought we would make it here together. It's a chilled corn soup. Florida corn right now is so amazing.
The best, so sweet, so good.
And so we're gonna finish it off with a little bit of buttermilk. So it's kind of a nice contrast with the sweet corn. So first things first is I shucked some of this beautiful corn we have over here. I'm gonna start with a warm pan, add a little bit of oil. Okay, and then I have a little bit of
corn oil.
This may be a corny segment, right?
That's right.
We're going to add a little bit of garlic. I have a little bit of shallots here I'm going to add, and we want to sweat those, meaning we don't want to caramelize them. We just want to get a little bit of color on all of these items.
No browning.
No browning. Of course, you could roast it, and you'd get a different look, different flavor. But I went ahead and I cleaned some of this corn, and then we're going to take the cob here, and we're going to put it in a little bit of water. Just cover it with water. We want to simmer this for 45 minutes. It's going to make a nice, flavorful, aromatic stock for us.
Cleaning that cob looks like you really do need a sharp knife, or you could get into big trouble there.
You do, but of course you could always use a box grater, a mandolin, anything of that nature would certainly work. So while this is cooking, it's gonna become translucent. You'll notice a difference in the color. So a lot of people ask me how they can kind of make their dinner parties a little more interesting. And now there's so many different gadgets you can buy. One of the gadgets we use, that's pretty neat, right? Yeah. It's a neat kind of aerating whisk. Keeps everything nice and together instead of the big balloon whisks. But what we're going to do here is we're going to add a little bit of lemon juice into a warm pan here, and I have some gelatin that I've bloomed. Now gelatin will come, it'll look like a sheet like this, and we'll soak it in a little bit of cold water. And then we're going to add a little bit of gelatin here, and this will start to melt. Yeah, absolutely. If you could stir that for me, that'd be perfect.
Was this the gadget you were talking about here, this right here?
No, what we're going to use is this is a whipped cream dispenser. And what's fun about this is it takes anything and kind of pressurizes it and adds, kind of aerates it, so it gives it a different texture.
Where do you get this kind of gelatin? This isn't the same as the gelatin you buy in the box to make like...
Well, you can buy a powdered gelatin, but we use sheets of gelatin, so it's a little more of a controlled, instead of measuring or weighing. And you can buy sheets of gelatin. So it's starting to melt there.
Yep.
And the next thing we're going to add is 2 cups of buttermilk.
Now, I love buttermilk. We were talking earlier that, if you're making something and you need buttermilk and you're at home, well, you do the trick where, you heat it up, you add a little lemon juice and something, but it doesn't taste exactly the same, right?
No, it's a little more scientific, when it's made, in the manufacturer, it's a little more consistent in flavoring.
So if you want to make this, go ahead and get yourself some real buttermilk.
Why not? Just keep it at home.
And what'd you add there?
This is 6 egg whites.
Okay.
So we're going to stir this, all going to come together. We're going to add a little bit of cayenne. I like it a little heat on mine.
Yes,
and then, of course, a little bit of salt. Salt in moderation is very good for you. And you need to add it to everything. Our corn stock, our corn soup. Then we're going to take a little bit of our stock that's been simmering for 45 minutes. We're going to add that to the corn here. This is going to simmer for probably about 30 minutes until everything's kind of came together.
So it looks like you're just covering the corn.
Just covering it, absolutely. And then we'll have this again at the end that we can adjust the consistency. Now I went ahead and I already put some in our blender here.
Okay.
I've blended it. It's nice and smooth. And then if you'd like to have it even more smooth, you could pass it through a chinois or a strainer, something of that nature.
Okay.
So we're going to chill it. We're going to add it to our bowl here. So now that this is fully incorporated, fully whisked, we're going to add it to our ISI gun. That's the brand name, but the whipped cream charger you could certainly use.
Oh, that's
cool. And we put 2 charges in here. Now you do have to be careful because this can get away from you. But we're going to just add a little bit of our buttermilk froth here. Gives it a really fun texture. We're going to add a little bit of our petite basil.
Let me just sneak in here.
Absolutely, and there you are.
Oh, now that is slick. That is really neat. Ah, my gosh. I'm going to try that. That's a really neat. How long will that last in one of these things with the gelatin and everything?
It'll last a couple days. You do want to chill it, refrigerate it, but it'll last a couple days and it adds a fun, different dimension to your party.
What a nice idea. Thank you, Caleb, very much. Appreciate it. The recipe for this is on our website, mysuncoast.com, as well as the video instructions. Just press the dining link page and it'll take you right there. We also have a little giveaway contest there, $50 to some of our sponsors, so you may want to check that out as well for a little gift certificate to a local restaurant. Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you.